All right, today we're going to talk about when you should start preparing for the SSAT and ISEE private school admission exams. Alexis Avila here at our office in Wellesley, Massachusetts. For questions or tutoring in person or online, visit preppedandpolished.com or call us 781-753-9951. And remember, if you find value watching this video, smash that like button, click the subscribe button to get notifications for new videos. So when to start preparing for the SSAT and ISEE exams. So these exams are used for students who are planning to apply to private or independent schools and need to have a test accompany the application process for schools. Now, typically the SSAT and ISEE exams are held in the fall and winter time frame. Because most students take the test in the fall and winter, it's due to the fact that the applications are going to be due for schools in the beginning of January, sometimes the second week in January, though some schools might accept applications in February. Now, based on that, we really come down to 3 different time frames that a student would be preparing for the test. And we're going to try and rank and go through each of them, these time frames, to consider when we should start preparing for the SSAT or ISEE exams. Now, the first time frame, which is the ideal one, is to prep a year before the student plans to apply. We figure out, okay, we have a full year in front of us. We want to get in a practice test to set up an idea of where the student's baseline is, and then work from there. Now, typically, this gives us the most amount of time to work on content and strategies that a student may have not covered yet in school or needs specific attention to based off of that score. So that's ideal. The second scenario is when a student decides that at the end of the school year, before the fall, that he or she wants to apply for private schools. If that's the case, again, we would like to get in preparation at the end of the school year. So around June, a practice test to set up a baseline, and then utilize the summer for more of an accelerated course to go through the material and content. Again, if we're looking at fall and winter test dates, depending on which test that would be, at least gives us several months worth of prep to go through the material and accelerate through it in order to prepare for the SSAT in either October or November, or for the ISEE in November, aka the fall testing season, and then potentially a second test in the winter season. Now, the third scenario, and not the ideal scenario, but we can still make it work, is that a student comes to us at the end of the summer deciding to take the test, and we just have the fall in front of us to prepare for it. Now, this obviously limits us with the amount of time we have before the test, but we can still work with the student on the material. Ideally, though, we want to get a student in a bare minimum the summer before they start taking it. So if they take it in the fall, we would like to start in the end of June or mid-end of June with a practice test, and then begin from there preparing the student, going through the material content, building a vocabulary, highlighting certain math concepts that maybe they haven't learned yet, and or reading strategies and active reading approaches. That way they can be fully comprehensive and prepared for the tests come the fall. Now, even if your student has not yet decided if he or she wants to apply for private school, but is considering it, reach out to Prepped and Polished. We'd be happy to discuss options, timelines, and material, and setting up a baseline practice test so that we can kind of determine things like, what is your child's ability right now? What schools are they looking into? And overall, just help out with that timeline and time frame to really prepare the student as best as we can for the test. Now, if you have further questions, go to preppedandpolished.com. Good luck on your private school tests, and I'll talk to you soon.